So 24 seconds here. We're going to see Team Canada versus Beach Boys. And
I think there's some
Beach
Boy
crossover
players, on Team Canada. They're both rocking TKO jerseys.
Now, is it true that just one pull on a TKO jersey, if pulled continually, will just take it all to shreds?
No.
No?
Engineered to not do that.
Yeah.
Canada drops the D-side brick. They went for the 50 Dorito, but he was eliminated. So they're down a couple, but so has Wasaga dropped a couple.
Yeah. So it's a 4-on-3 right now, it looks like. Or is it a 3-on-3?
Might be. I don't see the third Dorito, third player for Wasaga.
Oh, yeah, Snake 1. So Snake 1 for Wasaga. That gives them 4 players.
Snake player should just be a little bit tighter just in case they do get up to the Dorito side there. He does get eliminated shooting inside, probably from his mirror down the snake wire.
Second fill for Wasaga into the Snake.
They got a guy in the 50 Snake and Snake 1 here, now into their Snake. Good job by Wasaga. It's been great to see Wasaga come back so strong. I mean, back in the day, they were great with the legendary Beach Boys, and now there's a second wave.
Remember when I said there was 2 Wasaga players in the Snake? He has moved back to the Dorito.
One up in their Snake and then one moved back.
They're trying to confuse Team Canada. Oh, they lose their Snake player.
Good shot.
But he's looking inside. Will Wasaga fill it? No, he's filling Snake corner. That's probably a better spot to be right now.
Yep. 3-on-2 for Beach Boys. Big fill up to the Snake side.
I appreciate the Snake, but when you're only 2 bodies alive, Snake's not always the best option.
It's good if you can get lost, get up, and make that kill, but as soon as they kind of know that you're there, you're
trapped,
pinched down a little bit, yeah.
And then you have no one watching your wire, which is terrible. But again, if he feels confident,
yeah.
And that's it. So we have no Team Canada's left. Our borders are wide open.
Able to fill it, keep your head up, keep moving. But there's nothing more frustrating as a player, as a coach, when we know the field is open, but the guy's not making that move to help you out.
Yeah. You know what the hard thing is, though? You know, as a Dorito player, that's what I did all of my career. I had very little love because people didn't see it. Snake side's always on the side of the spectators, and you know, people can see it, right? Now it's different because we always put the Snake on the broadcast side, which is the opposite side of the spectators, because there's always more action in the Snake. We tried putting the Doritos over here last event, and it fell terribly. We had far more action on the opposite side of the field, so that's why the Snake is always on this. And without coaching, what's the point? You don't need to. So, and I think it's funner to watch the Dorito side anyways from a spectator standpoint, because you can see more of the field. I think I don't know. I guess the Snake is more interesting.
5-on-5, it looks like, off the breakout. Wasaga dropping the Dorito player.
And with a
penalty,
minor,
so that leaves that whole Dorito side open here. Jesse in the Snake side corner there. Team Canada losing their first one on Dorito side, so 4-on-3 for Team Canada. I certainly enjoyed following the adventures of Team Canada this year. They put together a team in COVID to go overseas and play. I mean, that's a paintballer's dream. I mean, I traveled all over the States and Canada, but never went overseas. Wish I did, so it's great to see a group that can do it. They worked hard, fundraised, some good coaching, some good leadership in Nelson there to support that. To be able to travel and play paintball, just a huge opportunity for these guys. And I think they were under 18 team, so a young group of guys too. So great for them to experience that so early.
Yeah, absolutely. So Beach Boys down only by one body. Still 8 minutes on the clock. Lots of time. They're also up by a point, so there really is no urgency.
Yeah.
Referee was just checking his posture and corrected it. You know, it's hard because all those bunkers are staked down, but as soon as you knock into them, you pull it out, especially because the ground's wet and soggy because of all the rain. That's your problem. You know, like the ref is not going to touch it unless he has to, and really he shouldn't until the player leaves that bunker. In my interpretation of the rule.
Saga losing another 4-on-2 for Team Canada. That first point, Team Canada seemed a little bit too aggressive. I mean, they were aggressive off the break. It didn't work. And then even their secondary bumps were kind of 2 bunkers instead of 1 at a time. So this time they just slowed it down a little bit. 1 at a time here. Lots of pressure up the center here.
With Saga Beach, you can see the tubes were just dropping there. They're shooting lots of paint out of that center bunker. But here comes Team Canada crossing the 50. Oh, nice.
Got one.
He got one.
3-on-1.
That was quite a snap shoot by the Wasaga player, getting him out.
On the wrist, there you go.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice different paint colors on the field now. They are switching to... teams are choosing to switch to some of the other paint right now because it's warmed up. And looks like we have some yellow fill and some pink fill to choose from as well. This morning, you had to shoot that orange because how cold it was.
Yep.
When I got here, it was 0. It warmed up to 2 degrees at 8 a.m. this morning. And now I think we're up to 8 degrees. I know that doesn't say 9 degrees, but again, that's
a
chilly.
Huge difference. Now the players, they're younger, faster. All those you can mix them good with the older veterans.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was Eric Richards, Jay Ruffley, a couple
Matty
of those
Lyle,
guys.
Yeah.
Matt and Rich.
Yeah.
Yep. Nate Emerald.
Yeah.
All right, lose a Wasaga player here. Team Canada still 5 alive, though.
Saga guy just retreated back to the Dorito snake corner, but they do lose the Dorito brick. 5-on-4 for Team Canada.
Sorry, I was looking ahead at the other screen. That's 5 minutes ahead. So, yeah, we have Wasaga Beach and Team Canada tied 1-1, and Chop Shop and Chargers Red tied 1-1 here as well.
On 3 here for Team Canada. 5-on-4, I believe. Into the snake there. The center 50's looking at the snake player. Good camera angle there.
Some good solid paintball here.
Yeah.
Really, they started over here with a 1-1 tie. They had 6 minutes on the clock, now down to 4.5.
Slow, methodical. Think your moves. Keep talking.
Team Canada needs to get up into this Dorito so that he can get that one out. That fellow out. He gets that guy out.
Yeah, there he goes.
And opens it wide open. Or they could do it that way.
More than one way to skin a cat.
That's right. Mine was more graphically pretty.
Checking him out there in the center.
Team Canada with 5 bodies. Wasaga with 2. Referees are still 8 bodies alive.
Some might have got shot, but they get extra lives.
Who's going to call them?
If the ref gets shot and he leaves, I think that might be a good little break for them sometimes.
You know what? I've reffed endless tournaments, and I'll tell you, getting shot as a ref is way worse.
Oh.
You've got zero adrenaline, no right to be shot.
And of course, you get shot in spots that you don't normally get shot in.
Yeah. Yeah, you're always facing your opponent for the most part, maybe aside from getting bunkered. A ref gets shot in the side.
The worst, I remember when the snake corner or whatever would be a can, and the player would go back into their bunker and it'd go off the round part and just light up the whole side.
Yep. Flag Swipe's old indoors.
Woodstock?
Yep. And they had buildings in the corner, so I opted to take the building. So you couldn't go inside, but I did that. And then I come around the building, and somehow I managed to shoot out everybody. And I thought the game was over. So I walked out, realized both my teammates were dead in the dead box, and I'm the only person left on the field, and I didn't realize that I had to go take a flag to the other side.
So you just sat there.
I just kind of stood there, and then I looked at the head ref, and he kind of just gives a subtle point, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, there was often there was center flag push, so there'd be one flag in the center, you grab the flag, go to the other team's start box, right, like a touchdown. Yeah. But every so often, maybe more of the beginners or the youngins, they grab the flag, run it back to their own.
Oh yeah.
And then the other team would obviously get the points there.
Yeah.
So thankfully now we're in the electronic era. There's no flags.
Yeah. And this is only for the old school guys, but in my defense on that, we were so frazzled our first point that a three-man team, one of my teammates was going to Crony and could not get it to Crony over like 80, and he was shooting an autococker, and finally he realized his bolt was upside down.
Yep.
And then quickly ran on the field, and we literally they were calling us. It was the third call, and they just started like they were starting the game on us. So
yeah, first tournament, you're all nervous. You're all got fresh coveralls ready for your tournament.
Yeah. So 5-on-4. This has been the story for the whole split deck here. 5-on-4.
Yeah.
Now, historically, the team with 4 has lost that point. But let's see what happens. Maybe Wasaga will pull this off. And who was I talking to? Oh, Mark, I was talking to yesterday, and as well another captain. And they were saying like each game seems to be based upon who loses the first body.
Yep.
And more times than not, it's that team that loses because this field is just the way it is.
Wasaga way up the snake here now, making that move. They got to go for this point. See if you get that shot across. And they're looking wide on the snake.
All right, 60 seconds for Wasaga to get one more point. A tie will at least be better than the loss.
They're down a body, but you got to go. You got to go. Put in your guy and go. It'll be the last match they play this season, so see what you can do. Make it happen.
Oh, that came off the bunker and broke. Wilson's going in, head ref, just check him out.
Yep, good job. 5-on-3 now in favor of Team Canada. They're doing exactly right. They're in the good bunkers, field spread, lanes crossed. They don't need to do anything.
It's nice that the refs actually go in to check periodically. Last time you and I were playing, it was up to you to decide, and the refs would just sit there and watch you. They would not pull you if you got hit.
It was and like then as soon as
and as soon as you got hit and ran, that's a major, and it was your job.
Yeah,
it was your job.
This is better. I think this helps the players. Lets them play without the fear of.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so that game ends. Team Canada wins 2-1.